you guys can see, and hopefully I can keep this in focus. Keep it in frame as well. I happen to adjust the clutch. It's tough to see. If you see this nut, I've said this before, this adjustment nut, that just helps you tighten the shaft so it doesn't move, because the shaft itself is free-flowing. So I already adjusted it, but I'm going to readjust it for you guys. And the movement that you see from this, the shaft is threaded, the threading threads into the fork, or rather the I'm sorry, let's see if I can see. It threads into this fork, and then the fork is bolted onto the clutch. The illusion is that, well, forget about the illusion. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. Anyhow, so as you turn the shaft, again, the shaft is free-flowing, it will apply pressure onto the clutch pedal. It'll cause the clutch to either go forward or lose slack, or to tighten against this, hopefully I can, this bracket right here that's kind of rusted. It'll apply pressure to it, and then it'll actually stiffen the pedal as well. So, man, it's tough to hold anything in this odd position. So first we loosen the nut, and depending on your specific situation, man, I wish I could just get, so you guys can actually see this thing. It's so tough, it's so tight space in here. If this thing could focus, so you can actually see the shaft moving, but it won't focus. It's so busy focusing on everything else. Let me get rid of some of this stuff that's in the way temporarily. There we go. That's a little bit better. A little bit. So right now, it's tough to see, but the shaft, as I turn it counterclockwise, it's actually loosening the pedal. And see all that play? That's what we do not want. And that's what was starting to happen on the clutch for the last, since the weather turned cold, it started to happen. So the truck has been having a little bit of trouble getting into gear, and I just assumed that it was because of the cold, but nope, it was a simple thing. It was the adjustment nut that needed to be readjusted. So we turn it again, keep this nut loose, and turn the shaft. You can, again, it's free flowing, so you can turn it by hand, turn it clockwise, and you'll see it and feel it applying pressure to the pedal, and the pedal will start to get closer and closer at its resting point to this rusted bracket. And see, it's already stiffening up. So I'll turn it a little bit more, because you want the clutch pedal to engage as soon as you step on it, and it's really, as soon as it comes away from that bracket, you want the clutch pedal to engage. So we'll give it a couple more turns. It's a little slow going, but now it's nice and stiff, and it's engaging almost immediately. So now that part is done, now we can tighten that nut and turn it counterclockwise so it presses against the fork. And if you happen to have like a wrench, opening wrench, you can use that to apply that pressure with it that way, because this will eventually get loose. And again, that's what would happen in my situation. That nut was slowly getting loose, you know, from all the vibration of driving. And even today, give me a second. But again, I was slowly starting to have issues getting into gear. And again, I thought it was because of the cold that I had to wait for everything to warm up. But again, it wasn't really that. It wasn't really so much the weather. It was that adjustment nut that was starting to get loose. So I went in, got my taxes done, and as I pull into the parking lot, which is where I'm at right now, I went to reverse to, you know, back up into the parking spot, and she wouldn't go into reverse. So I literally just finished, got out getting my taxes done and adjusted that nut. Let's see how she does. Well, at least I'm going to show you guys how she does. I already know it's working, so. There she goes into reverse. Let's make sure. So you guys can see that. Sliding in pretty smoothly now, again. So if you ever have that happen and you got all your stuff working, you know, everything is working fine, but then you start having those issues, always try and look at the easy stuff, because it's always, sometimes it'll be the simplest thing that causes the biggest issues. So, you know, if you're having to start, you know, it's just like a slow build with getting in, not being able to get into any of the gears. And you know, and it's an easy fix, so, and it doesn't cost you anything. So again, always check that part first before you know, that way you're not buying stuff that you don't have to, or replacing things you don't have to. But hopefully that makes sense, and I'll see you.